Right now we're standing at the site of the Old Testament city of David. The palace is on my left where they're excavating.
When we talk about the Old Testament city of David, we mean the place that David set up at Jerusalem when he first arrived there. That was where he first ruled from.
There was a ruin of the top of a column that the king of Lebanon had sent to David. It just struck me because our guide said that's how they knew this really probably was King David's house.
Being able to see some of the ruins and knowing that stepped architecture that was demonstrated has been verified to be real.
The view that he had of the Kidron Valley, it just kind of makes some of the stories in the Old Testament come alive that, these were real places and this is what it was like.
The Old Testament city of David, like all sites in Israel, remains entangled in political conflict. Ruins still marked by soot from the Babylonian sack of Jerusalem in 586 bear witness to ages of warfare. Located just feet from a Palestinian neighborhood, the site is still fiercely contested today. Residents fear that further excavation at the site aims to displace them from their homes, and they've adorned the buildings with large murals of giant eyes, intentionally placed to regard visitors to the site in a silent challenge. The artists say that their goal is to remind visitors that the world is watching and that they will not be displaced. Looking back at the neighborhood across the Wadi, a visitor to the city of David can see the eyes of Palestinian advocates and martyrs, but also of communist revolutionaries like Che Guevara, secular thinkers like Sigmund Freud, and even Americans like George Floyd. Deep under the city of David is the Gihon Spring, which is Jerusalem's only natural water source. For this reason, it has been critically important throughout history. Access to the ancient spring via the tunnels under Jerusalem is very tight and not recommended for those predisposed to claustrophobia.
We are going to go down and see Hezekiah's tunnel, which is mentioned in the Bible, and they found it, and they actually found a plaque on the wall describing the whole process of how they dug that tunnel. So the intent, of course, was to be able to withstand an assault, and that's what they did.
His plan worked, and the tunnel is still here to this day. The spring still contains water, and it's a reminder of God's faithful provision for his people throughout history.